Midland Sports.
And now join us here on the show. These guys are coming off a River Valley League championship. Now they're getting ready for the CIF Southern Section Division III playoffs. Is the head coach of the Norte Vista Braves boys soccer team, Matt Beliveau. And Coach, first off, congrats on an RVL championship. I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm not trying to say you're old, but how many years have you been coaching, and how many years as the head coach at Novi?
So I've been coaching since I was 18 years old. Started in ASO, then went to club, and then played in college, and then started coaching high school while I was in college, and then got a teaching credential, and it just sort of panned out from there. Made my way to Norte Vista 2001, been the head coach ever 2002 is when I started.
All right, Coach, I know Norte Vista has kind of, moved around from league to league over the years, but do you know off the top of your head how many league championships you guys have won since you've been at the helm?
I do. 12 since I've been there. So it's my 12th one. A little extra special, this one, because we didn't make the playoffs last year, and that was the first time I missed the playoffs ever. So it was nice to make a turnaround from that.
Well, Coach, that's the perfect segue to my next question. Did it feel like a redemptive season? Did it feel like you guys had something to prove? Because Novi's always had a strong, boys soccer program. Did you feel like, man, we got to prove ourselves all over again this season? Well,
there was a little soul searching over the summertime. You miss out. You kind of go, well, what type of coach am I? What could I have done better? And so then just went back, reevaluated the kids that are coming in. And we also have turf, and that made a big difference this year because we were always playing on grass and wasn't exactly the greatest grass. So now that you're on turf, you have a different style, and we're able to actually play by knocking the ball around a little bit better than, you never know when you're on grass what type of bump you're going to get. So I feel like that had contributed, and then the boys responded, so that always is helpful.
Yeah, Coach, on that turf, I think the teams that are more technically sound, that have the skills, they can really display that. When I played, I wasn't the greatest player. Grass was great. It was kind of the great equalizer, especially if there was bad weather. It was the great equalizer when you're playing a good team. But you feel like with that turf, though, you've had talented players at Novi, and you certainly did again this season. Those skills were really able to be showcased, right?
That's correct. I mean, when you have to put your head down on the grass to, make sure you're collecting it correctly versus when you get a smooth turf and now you don't have to worry about that. And now you got your head up and you're looking around to hit your target or your winger or, looking secondary to maybe you're going negative to your defenders. And it just makes it for a better game. And I like it because now the kids are able to, like you said, showcase their talents, and they have a lot of talent in our area, and it's nice to see.
All right, Coach, the CIF Southern Section Division III playoffs, the first round scheduled for Thursday. You guys will open up at home on your beautiful new turf against Troy. But I did want to ask you, because obviously an important match coming up. The playoffs are coming up. You've got big goals for this team. But also your daughter, Madison, right, is making her college debut with the Wisconsin Badgers right now. I mean, the college softball season just opened up this past weekend, right?
That is correct. She got a chance to pitch against Ole Miss. They gave her an inning, and she performed well. She got struck out their number 4 batter, who was All-American. So that gave her a little boost of confidence. But she's got to compete. They got a deep staff, and she's doing well for herself and making an adjustment. Wisconsin's a little different weather than, California. So,
yeah, I know a lot of those Midwest schools or East Coast schools, they love to come out west for those early season tournaments to California, Arizona. I know we have the Mary Nutter. It's a big tournament out there, like in the Coachella Valley. So they love to come out this way to escape those cold weather. But Coach, going back to your soccer team, obviously an exciting time in the Beliveau house with Madison doing her thing and the soccer team making the playoffs and winning that league championship. Going into Thursday in this first round match against Troy in D3, What do you think your team has to do well to get that first playoff win and move forward?
Pay attention to the details and focus on those. Do not um, make sure. Well, I don't say, how do I put it without putting too much information out there, right? Basically, just continue to what we're doing well, focus on that, and pay attention to all those little minor details. And it really comes down to, the first game in a playoff game, everybody's got nerves. And so you've got to make sure you manage those nerves early. And then, who's going to make a mistake, make sure you don't make a big mistake. Make sure that if they make a mistake, you capitalize on their mistakes. So it really comes down to, once you get settled in quickly and just start playing your game.
Now, Coach, I haven't looked up Troy High School, your first round opponent, so I don't know what they're all about. I don't know if they're more of a defensive team, offensive team, but at the end of the day, as you prepare for this first round matchup, is it more about what you guys do and less about what your opponent is trying to do?
I don't know anything about Troy, and I only focus on Norte Vista, to be honest with you. Once we see them, we've played numerous games already, so our preseason was difficult, so we should be prepared to make the immediate adjustments as soon as they happen. So whatever they bring at us, we've probably already seen. There may be a new wrinkle, which is the playoffs, and then we just make our adjustments. But then, they're going to have to adjust to us too. So we want to make sure that we play our way at home, especially, and, take it to them.
Okay, Coach, without giving away all your secrets, as this week during practice leading up to that first round playoff game, what are some things that you might want to be working on, or what might be the message to your team as well to get them ready, not only for this first round game, but to maybe inspire them, maybe build up that confidence that, hey guys, if we could stack together a couple wins, why not us in Division III to get all the way to the finals?
Well, I think motivation, first off, is already there. We started 0-2-3, wasn't like the best of starts, and I just kept reminding them we have a lot of talent, and I'd rather go 0-10 and work on what we need to work on in the preseason to go 10-0 in league, and that'll prepare you for the playoffs. So they've got the motivation; they know what's there. It's just a matter of fine-tuning what we're doing well and making sure that there's a couple things in films I didn't like. So we'll go over that and practice those patterns. And then, again, work on set pieces and try and eliminate mistakes.
So, Coach, with that said, rewind back to November. How much has this team grown or improved over the last couple of months to this point right now as you guys go into the playoffs?
They've grown by leaps and bounds. They had the talent. It's kind of a blend of seniors and sophomores with a few juniors in there. And so it's just a matter of, you play a few games or a lot of games early and you don't have practice, but you make the mistakes. And then once you get, we got out of our own tournament, and I think we didn't win any games, and we tied 2, and we should have done better than we thought. And then we were able to go back to practice and tweak what was wrong and eliminate some of those. And then we started getting on a roll. So that helped.
So, Coach, it sounds like with your roster, it's kind of built to win right now. You said you've got some good seniors, but you've also got a strong sophomore class. So you're built to win now, but also the future looks pretty good for Novi soccer. Is that safe to say?
I always tell my guys that I never rebuild. I don't think it's fair to my seniors to say that. Why would I want to rebuild? If I was going to rebuild, I'd just cut all my seniors and just play juniors and sophomores, and that's just not fair to them. They've put in their hard work. So I tell everybody, we're playing to win now, and it's, help your seniors, because when you're a senior, you want the same respect and the same motivation and the same amount of effort.
Well, Coach, listen, congratulations on that River Valley League Championship this season and getting to the CIF Southern Section Division III playoffs. We were talking a little bit off air. You guys are the number 2 seed in Division III. You can find Novi at the bottom of the bracket. I think Gar's the number 1. You guys are the number 2. You open up against Troy. And then if you win that one, who knows? Maybe you guys string together a couple wins and make it to that championship match.
Right. Well, that next game would be what? Sonora, Sunny Hills?
You got it.
Yeah, I'd like to see Sunny Hills. I'll put that on record.
Yeah, that would be a second-round matchup. And as the time that we do this interview, the championship coin flips have not been done for the second round. So we don't know if you guys would be home or on the road for that one, because Sunny Hills is home in the first round as well. So that would be a coin flip to see who would host that next round game. But first things first, Thursday, you guys need to go out to Norte Vista High School, support the Braves. They will open up at home against Troy High School. Coach Beliveau, thank you so much for the time. Again, congrats on the league title and also getting back to the playoffs, and best of luck in Division III.
Well, Pep, thank you for having me, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about Norte Vista boys soccer.